Hello, John Bloodworth, Gentleman Crafter here again with another card layout. This time a little bit different as I'm working back to front. I'm going to be making the card first based on this rough outline, and then I'll create the sketch later. I mean, that is technically a sketch, but you know what I mean. Anyway, I've gathered up some dies, some coloured cardstock based on the paper choices I've made. I've chosen this adhesive wood textured vinyl and also some of the papers from the pad that I will show you in a second. There's some sticky sentiments, and here is the wood veneer sheets. Not sure they're actual wood, they're wood textured anyway. And then it's the Perfect Moments pad from first edition for this one, and I'm using the 8x8 pad. So I'll select the appropriate trimmer and chop down one of the 8x8 sheets to 6x8 and then fold it in half so I have a 6x4 card. And remember, that's one of the paper sheets from the paper pad. Then I'm going to chop down a patterned layer, again from the paper pad. And just in case I confused you before at the start of this video, there will be a downloadable printable layout as usual on the blog, gentlemancrafter.com. I'm just basically making it at the end rather than at the beginning. Normally, obviously, I'd whip out my big folder and show you the layout, but obviously I haven't done that this time. Using the bookbinding glue from Pinflair, which seems to be a winner with everyone that's been trying it. And then I'm going to grab that self-adhesive vinyl. A couple of tips with this: I did run it through the larger die cutting machine, just because it wouldn't fit in the small one. But I actually ran it backwards and forwards quite a few times just to make sure that it had really sunk its teeth into that vinyl. And then I'm peeling off just a section and sticking that down before then peeling off the rest of the backing. Makes it easier to handle and stick down. And of course, because that's a release paper, it could be used as a resist thingy for paints later on, so I'll keep hold of that. Chopping down the edges. And there we have a nice little doily. Not entirely sure where this die came from, but I think it's Sizzix. But realistically, it could be a strip of paper or a collection of smaller dies that you make up into a strip. Again, that's the beauty of all these layouts, from number 1 to number 52, which we're on now. You can adapt them to whatever you fancy, really. I mean, this is obviously going to end up quite a floral card, but if you wanted to use a giant steampunk cog and then a collection of smaller cogs for the strip, that could go to make something a little bit different. Or even a giant teapot and a stack of small cups. How about that for an idea? Oh, I'm supposed to be telling you something about this video. I made this ombre swatch with 3 different colours of ink, and then I'm basically building the die cutting sandwich from the top up. Does that make sense? Basically, normally I'd put the die down first, then the paper, but I basically built the stack in reverse, and that's the result. You could use any type of ink pad for that technique. I used pigment inks, and I did make sure to dry it off before I die cut it. That's why I had that ready made. Bookbinding glue again here, and because I've got that glossy surface from the vinyl, it will still work, thankfully. Chopping down the ends just so that it all fits. And then next up, let's figure this out. Just shaping the butterfly a little bit. And then choosing the sentiment and sticking that in place. Could of course stamp it or print it, whatever you've got available. And then for the butterfly, a little bit of glue up the centre, and then some dimensional glue, just tiny little dabs, just so that it'll hold the wings up. Otherwise they might smush against the card. And then it'd be like flower pressing a butterfly. Ew. There we go. Now, this sentiment wasn't on straight, so thankfully I could peel it off without ripping everything underneath. And while I was at it, I actually changed my mind about the sentiment that I wanted to use. Tried another one. Choose to see the good stuff. I thought the word stuff wasn't quite right for this. Hold on tight to your dreams. Yeah, we'll go with that one. But that one didn't go down straight either. Grr. So, plucked it away from the card and used the gridded ruler to help me get that on straight. There we go. That's much better. Now, what do you think? Should I leave it as it is, or are we going to go with sticky gems? Yes, you guessed it. I'm going to put some on. Absolutely no reason. I don't even know why I did this, but it looked okay. Didn't really make it look any worse. Anyway, I like the inside. Now, for the butterfly, should I go with the cliched gems up the centre? Should I not? What would you have done? Let me know in the comments below the video. In the end, I decided I did want to, but they weren't sticking properly to that pigment ink, so ripped them off, applied a little bit of glue, and stuck a series down. I thought graduating them might be a little bit more interesting than just putting on the same sizes. And there we go. I think I'll leave it at that. What do you think? Would you have done more? Would you have done less? Don't forget to download the template or layout, whatever you want to call it. And thank you for watching. That's it for this time. If you've enjoyed this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments section below. And for more from me in the future, please remember to subscribe to this channel. Thanks for watching.